Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Slavery again.
With shit.
With what?
With shit.
Why they ain't tell us that's in the Bible? You know? Why the Christian church ain't telling us that the slave ships and the conditions to happen to us is in the Bible?
One day most I gon' say that's enough. And in that day, can you drink that cup?
Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness. And thy law.
And thy what?
Thy law.
Thy what?
Thy law.
J-Line what? It's the truth. God's laws is the truth. Now, for instance, right? God said if we kept his laws, what was his promise to us? You said freedom, right? But on the flip note, if we break God's laws, what was going to happen to us? I'm going to read it. Now you listening. Now the gears is grinding, right? Read it. Go to Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15. Bring it out.
Deuteronomy.
Because the Christian church say that you can love God and God's love is unconditional, right? But do that even make sense? Like, are you dealing with a lady? You got
my wife.
Your wife right there, right? Bring it out. She got to make the food the way you like. She got to make your clean your house the way you like. Right. Based upon how she loves you and set upon your conditions, right? But when it comes to God, we say it's unconditional, right? That don't make no sense. Let's find out the conditions of loving God. Bring it out. Read it out.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 15.
How y'all doing, family? Watch this.
But it shall come to pass.
So Moses was telling us, he said, listen, this is going to happen if we play games with God. Right. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So Moses warned us, he said, listen, if y'all don't listen to God, if y'all don't listen, if y'all think it's a game, watch what was going to happen. Read.
To observe to do all his commandments.
All his commandments, all the laws. Read.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee.
So Moses laid it out straight. He said, listen, if y'all don't keep God's commandments as a nation, y'all gonna be cursed. That's what happened to us. We broke God's commandments and he said we was gonna be cursed. Now, you know we came from the west coast of Africa, right? On what means of transportation? Boats, right? Was it the Love Boat? Was it the Carnival cruise boat? What kind of boat did they have for us?
They run down.
I'm gonna show you what kind of boat they had. Bring it out. They had slave ships for the blacks and Hispanics. It wasn't a cruise line. They had slave ships for us. We the only people on earth. How you doing, Seth? We going over black history for real. We the only people on earth that they treated like this. They put our moms, they put our brothers, they put our fathers on cargo slave ships. But you know what they did tell us? That Moses said that was going to happen to us. That history in the Bible. They didn't tell us that part. Jump down to verse 68. Watch this, bro. Come on, I got you. Let me leave you with this real quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt.
So Egypt for us meant slavery, hard bondage. We wasn't the pharaohs. We was the ones that built Egypt just like how we built America. So when he said he's going to bring us into Egypt, he's saying he's going to bring us into slavery. Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Slavery again.
With shit.
With what?
With shit.
Why they ain't tell us that's in the Bible? You know? Why the Christian church ain't telling us that the slave ships and the conditions that happen to us is in the Bible? You know why they ain't telling us that? Because if they tell you that, guess what? You ain't gonna pay them no more. If they tell you that, guess what? You gonna find out how to get the kingdom of heaven. Now you say you gotta go to your wife, right? How long you been going to church? All your life, right? How long you been going to church, son? You just left from church, right? I got a question. What's your nationality? Bring it out. I got you. Said what? African. Okay. What are you? Ashanti, Nigerian, Sudan? You said what? Bring it out.
We fancies are just like
you said what?
I said we fancies.
Fancies.
Yes, that's
oh, 7 Day Adventist. That's what you said? Ghana. Okay. So the people of Ghana Those are the Israelites. A lot of the people of Ghana, they know that they're the Jews, right? But you know what? They never been taught how to get the kingdom of heaven. Now I got a question for you. Since when you went to church, right? Did they show you how to prepare for the kingdom of heaven? What tangible things you got to do? Did they show you that? Right.
To love God and to love one another.
You said to love God. Now that's good, right? That's good, right? But for instance, right, in Ghana, you got tribes that rival against tribes, right? Now, the rival tribes, do they love the other tribes that they're killing?
No, they don't.
Absolutely not. But they kill them off as if that's love, right? So I'm saying all this to say this. We got to identify what's God's love, because you could be loving them wrong. Ain't that fair to say? If you don't understand what God's love is, your condition of love could be wrong compared to God. Let's find out what the love of God is, so y'all ain't walking in darkness. That makes sense? Read that real quick. Hold on, wait. What you think the love of God is?
The love of God is
What's the love of God?
spreading His word.
Spreading this word, right? You agree? So all you was created to do was spread His word. That's it. Nothing else, right? Let me help you out with something. Watch this. Read it.
1 John chapter 5 and verse 3.
So what we about to learn? We about to learn the love of God, because the churches ain't teaching us that. That's why we got ghettos in Oakland. That's why we got prostitution in Oakland. That's why our brothers and sisters are smoking weed, because they don't got no hope, bruh. Watch this. Read that.
For this is the love of God.
So the Bible identifies what it is. It says this is the love of God. Read.
That we keep His commandments.
That we do what?
Keep His commandments.
The love of God is for us to do what? Now, that makes sense. That's crystal clear, right? Why we ain't doing it? We ain't keeping God's commandments that the Bible says to keep. I'm going to show you why. Sisters, what y'all think a pastor's job is? Bring it out. What you think of a teacher? Y'all go to high school? If you're a history teacher, what's your job to do to your students?
Teach them history.
If you're a pastor, what's your job to do to the people? I'm going to show you something. Watch this. Give me Malachi 2 and 7. Bring it out. Because you can spread the word. You can just go with Jesus wept. That's spreading the word. But is that beneficial for our community? Jesus cried. Is that beneficial for our community? So we got to go more than just spreading the word. What's up, sis? You got a question? Watch this. We touching on what's the... Sis. Watch this. Don't be shy. We showing our people what a pastor's supposed to do. Do you know the job of a pastor? To teach us what? Teach us what? So what? Because you got, what's his name? One pastor, he teaching the people you can smoke weed. Y'all heard that? What's it? Jamal Bryant. He teaching his congregation that they can smoke weed. Now, is that something that he's supposed to be teaching? Bring it out. Let's find out what a pastor is supposed to be teaching, so you can know if you're following the right one. Watch this. Read this.
Malachi chapter 2 and verse 7. For the priest's lips.
So the priest or the pastor's lips, read,
should keep knowledge, and they should seek the law at his mouth.
That's the job of the pastor. The pastor's supposed to be teaching us God's law. Now I got a question for you. You smoke? Bring it out. You don't smoke? Y'all smoke? That's good. That's good. Now I got a question. A lot of people smoke, right? You think they're going to get the kingdom of heaven? Bring it out. Why not?
Because it's a sin.
What's the sin? How you know what a sin is? Because what if they say everything, it came from the earth? What if they say it hit you with one of those?
Living in the flesh.
You say you living in the flesh? So what exactly is the flesh?
Flesh is doing on worldly things. You're living for the world. You're living for the world.
So for instance, right? Let's do it like this: girlfriend and boyfriend. Is that considered the flesh? That's not. So it's okay to have a girlfriend and boyfriend, but you can't smoke weed. That's what you're telling me? You see why it's important for the pastors to instruct us right? Because we play games because there's a lot of distractions, but you got to think about it, bro. When it's all said and done and you got to meet the maker, he gonna ask you, did you do what you were supposed to do in this Bible? And if you come up short, what you think the end game gonna be for you? Or me?
Depart from me from once I never knew you.
You said what?
Depart from me from once I never knew you.
And who wanna hear those words from the Creator? So it's important that we learn what it is. You got a girlfriend? No, what about you, bro? Now, what about moms and pops? Are they married? Read this real quick. I'm gonna show y'all something. Because the reason why STDs is on the sky high is because a lot of our people ain't been taught God's laws. You got a question, brother? Watch this, read this.
Hebrews chapter 13 and verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
What does honorable mean? If I honor something, what am I showing? Loyalty and respect. Respect. So read it again.
Marriage is honorable in all.
So in the eyesight of God, he said marriage is honorable, right? That's how you know a lot of our people don't honor God. Just on that one right there. But watch this, read on.
And the bed undefiled.
And it says in the bed undefiled. What you think that means? The bed's not going to be defiled. Oh, gee, you can help them out? It says the bed not defiled. What you think that means? It means no STDs. Bring it out. No STD. You don't got to worry about your baby mama sleeping with another brother and bring you back the crabs, the herpes, the gonorrhea. Why? Because God's protecting that thing. Read.
But whoremongers.
But what?
Whoremongers.
Now I got a question for you. God respects marriage, right? But what do he call girlfriend and boyfriend? Right. You got to listen. Read it one more time and listen this time. How you doing, man? Read.
Marriage is honorable in all.
So marriage is honorable. A husband and a wife, that's honorable in the sight of the Lord. Right.
And the bed undefiled.
And you don't got to worry about God judging that situation. No STDs, no diseases, none of that. Read.
But whoremongers.
You see what God calls girlfriend and boyfriend? He said you're a whore and you're a whoremonger. Bring it out. That's what God titled as that. Read.
And adulterers, God will judge.
What you think that mean when he said God will judge? He gonna judge whoremongers and adulterers. What you think that mean, Miss? What you think that mean?
Right. God will judge a whoremonger and a what?
And adulterers.
Oh, that means Judgment Day.
You said what?
Judgment Day.
What do you think that means?
Well, I see that I would not want to be either one of those.
Yeah, I know. But the people that are those, what do you think that means when he said he gonna judge them? What y'all think? I'm gonna give it to you.
Death.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 61. I'm gonna tell you a form of judgment. Watch this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 61.
What's your name? Little bro, where you going?
Our food's done.
Your food is done? It's gonna be there. I wanna show y'all something. Because you freeing the flesh, like my brother said, but when the last time y'all fed y'all spirit? 2 days ago? Then you should have knew that girlfriends and boyfriends, God gonna judge them. So obviously you're not feeding them the right stuff. It ain't your fault, it's the pastors. They not teaching our people right. Because I got another question for you after this. But read this. What's the judgment of God? Read.
Also, every sickness.
Every what?
Every sickness.
So God bring forth sickness. You ever seen somebody that's hella sick? You like, dang bro, what's wrong with you? Bring it out. God is the one that's signing off on that judgment. Read.
And every plague.
And every plague, meaning every bad thing, read,
which is not written in the book of this law. Them will the Lord bring upon thee.
Who's bringing it upon us?
The Lord bring upon thee.
When we play around with, it's a side effect to everything, right? If you get married, you don't got to worry about getting no STDs. If you want to be out there and be a playboy, because y'all what, like 16, 17? So the women is going to be on your line, right? If y'all go out there and go play, God say he going to bring forth the sickness. And they got some stuff out there, bro, you can't get rid of, right? Straight up. They got some stuff out there that'll mess up your life forever. And guess what? God is the one that's bringing it forth because we don't want to keep God's commandments.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.